Hey guys, welcome back to Entre las Hermanas. It's Ceci,
And Brenda.
and we're back for round two.
Yeah, so what did you guys think last episode? Give us your reviews.
Honestly, we did get a lot of feedback, and I'm grateful that you guys are reaching out and telling us, that you liked the podcast. And even though for us, honestly, it's awkward, still it's kind of awkward, but I love that you guys know like that we're trying to be real, and we're just trying to be us and have these little chats once in a while.
What she said. Totally. It's really nice to hear that you guys actually did reach out, and I'm looking forward to the future because really good ideas coming. And yeah, we wanted to start talking about traditions, our December traditions, because there's a lot involved in what we current did before, what we're doing now. It's
Yeah,
different.
it is. I think as kids, the one tradition we had, and now that we're grown-ups and we're making our own traditions, like I don't think we go by our usual traditions, because I don't know, like, remember, starting December, the first thing you celebrate is el 12 de diciembre, which is el cumpleaños de la Virgencita.
Right.
And that meant going early in the morning to church. And we did not care if there was school.
Right.
Remember?
My parents would be like, "You're not going. We're gonna go to those mañanitas."
Yeah, and we didn't care because you know what? We wanted to be there because it was honestly like really beautiful. Like las danzas, viejitos would go and hacer las danzas, la danza del viejito. Las danzas like itself.
Yeah.
And then mariachi. Oh, Lord, the mariachi I think was the best part. And it was nice, We would be falling asleep in class, but we made sure we'd be there.
Right. I really liked it too. It was las peregrinaciones that we do. My mom setting up the Virgencita. Remember, we decorated it.
Like that.
And around the church, we did the peregrinación. It was pretty cool. Those were really nice days back in the day. And I guess right now we just can't.
I think it's not that we can't. We just fell out of that tradition ourselves. We honestly did. I mean, this December we definitely could not. And I did. I sang happy birthday.
I did too.
And I was, I did my dues here at my house. But back then,
even though
last December, we would just not go. And it wasn't that we wouldn't literally say, I would always be like, happy birthday. And I love singing La Guadalupana, so I'd make sure I'd sing that to her. But, to La Virgencita, obviously. But, just, I don't know. Why don't we go to church, man?
Well, first of all, it's hard because we've never started since day one. So now we don't, I guess, I don't want to struggle with my kids at church. It's hard.
I remember. We tried it, you guys. We tried.
For like a month.
We said, we're going to church. And no matter what, we're going to go to church.
My kids are going to be raised the traditional way, but it's hard. Like nowadays,
And I'm not going to lie. I'm childish. And I get bored. And I don't want to be rude. And, I hear you, man. I hear you. But come on. I don't know. I just can't do it, but I pray. I pray in my house.
And the kids actually know how to pray, It's
They're
not
learning.
like we're not teaching it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they know how to persinarse. They know, lay me down to sleep. And they know. And it's not like we're not teaching them the values, the core values. It's just
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. This December, we're just we are not very, very religious, We call ourselves Catholics. And I say it like this because we call ourselves Catholics, but we only worship when needed. That's how things have been. And it sounds messed up, and I know you gotta be always thankful, but sometimes life happens. Life happens, and because life is happening, we let those little parts just
shut us down.
We let it go because we're working Sundays, because we're family is on Sundays, like
we always make excuses.
We don't want to give that hour and a half of our time on a Sunday because we find other things to do, or honestly, sometimes they're just too early for me. I'm not an early person,
but there is church in the afternoon.
But then in the afternoon, I'm doing something. See, I think we're just making excuses, but the point is that we're trying to teach our kids a little bit more about.
And if you guys have tips on how to have your kids behave, or what's your trick, because my daughter is very Catholic. Let me tell you, she will ask me, she will ask my uncle, talk to me about God. I want to know about God. And she wants to know, but yet again, she can't sit through church. Mm-hmm. And it's hard because everyone's looking at you get your kid out of here.
But I don't know, if you remember, back then when we would go to church, while, I don't know if it was before or during church, that they would take us to a classroom. And even though we were not doing, actual prayers, we were doing, coloring books of, God and how he suffered, and when it was Easter, we learned about all of this there at that classroom. Do you remember that? Did you ever go to that? Oh my God. Did you go? Yes, you were a helper, right?
No. Oh my God. Would have to sit through church.
I remember coloring books.
But let me tell you now, how fucked up the system is right now. I would not let my child go with a stranger. Just so I can sit through church.
Yep. Honestly, yep. I don't think I would either. I would have to be a volunteer up in there. I'd be like, nope.
I want to go to that instead of church. It's still worshiping in a way, mm-hmm. You're dedicating that hour and a half time to, I guess not, but I mean, I don't know. I guess this is why we want to talk, to bring awareness, because, we have a lot to say.
Honestly, we were raised in a very strict religious household. Sunday, every week. Mm-hmm. We did not miss church. We could not miss church. And then we had Bible study. We had groups.
Monagi, yes.
We were Monagi, yes. And oh my God. I remember once I tripped again.
Oh, yes.
And I don't know if I was carrying the wine. It was so embarrassing. And I quit after that. Just never again.
Oh my God. Yes.
And yeah. So never again did I do that. But we were Monagi, yes. We were volunteers. We would take care of, well, I think I did, because you had to sit through church. But I remember I would literally take the kids too, and we would just color and play and decorate the classroom. And it was really nice, because it was all very
classroom-y oriented.
Yeah, and we were learning, they were learning at the same time. We were doing fun stuff and learning, I guess. That's mine. And church is, you sit there.
I love an adult either way.
I don't go to church. And you know what though? Okay, this is just a whole other, that I think we should make a full episode on religion, because I have so much to say. Okay, you guys, I have so much to say about religion, but right now we're talking about December, Christmas, and how we spent it as kids, which, las mañanitas that we were saying, the posadas, and I remember that at a point, we struggled as well, huh?
Yeah.
And I remember it was back in 2008 when I think December hit us hard.
It was recession time, and it was hard because it was a time during my dad was in Mexico, and we were on our own with my mom, and she was struggling, she wasn't currently working, and mm-hmm. we were living off tamales, literally. We were...
Yep. I remember, as a family together, we would all like put in work to make the tamales. I remember staying up late just so we could, like, for the weekend, we were gonna go house to house. We got to knock door to door trying to sell tamales just to get by, and it was a struggle, but it was definitely, I treasure that memory because it was, in a way, now that I look at it, like, it gets to me, but I was like, yeah, like, that made us, that part made us, because
we know. We were knocking at doors I don't think I want to say, like, barely going into your teen years. So you're like having to go through that embarrassment of having to go up to a door, knock to see if they're willing to say yes or no, and turning around, be like, yes, mom, they said yes, or like, not this time, next time.
Like, I remember that, and it's as teens, I think, yes, it's true. Like, we were embarrassed. And we would beg my mom to not make us go down. I remember literally crying because I was like, don't make me do this again. And I would not. And we didn't care if, like, they were white or Mexican, chinitos or not chinitos. Like,
we tried
in every door to sell our tamales. And I'm sorry, but I can tell you, my mama makes some of the best tamales I've tried. And, like, my mama's tamales were the shit at that time. Okay?
They were, but everyone was going through it because that was, again, recession time. So, even though they were the best, people were like, oh, man, like, I'll take some, but can I pay you till this day? Like, it was that bad, too.
I remember that. Oh, my God.
And we were, like, literally waiting on it because sometimes that's the only thing she had.
Yeah, I remember that. And, yeah, so I remember we were embarrassed, I'd be like, I'll help you make the masa, but please don't make me get down today. But now that I'm, like, older and that I'm like, wow, like, she did what she had to do to get her money, like, to feed us, and it was just her and 4 kids
because everyone else was struggling. Like, I remember my uncle being like, oh man, like, I'm on my own and she got her kids, and he tried, or our other uncles, everyone tried. Like, even our uncle let us stay in his basement for such a long time. And, like, he was so kind, and we're so thankful for that. But as kids, we just really didn't know what was going on.
Exactly. I think that's right. Like, we did not know what's going on. And now we know, because it's something similar, that's going on right now. Especially with a pandemic. Once again, you guys, do not forget to wear that mask, okay?
Especially right now.
Wear your mask, right now. Especially right now, it's super cold. You don't know if it's just a cold, a flu, or the COVID, Just wear your mask. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt nobody else. Come on. Just wear your mask.
Be mindful.
Yeah, so I feel like right now it hit a lot of us, And a lot of people are going through it right now. And you don't, like, it gets to you to the thought that, like, man, not this year, this year's, like, my kids are going without gifts. But just show them the appreciation of family being together. Because we were just talking about how big, how huge our parties were. And how we would get with our uncles, aunts, cousins, people from work, from our parents, And it was just, like, a really huge party. And now it's just, like, it's us and our parents and my uncles.
Literally, it's hard because, like, right now to be honest, I'm struggling. It was to the point where I'm like, damn, am I gonna give my car payment, or am I gonna fix my truck? It's having issues. But then it's Christmas, my kids, what I'm gonna give them, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. But God is good, and and somehow I got help, and I'm like, damn, thank you.
Yeah, and I don't want to say we're, like, the best people, because I know in some people's eyes we're not the best, we're the worst, but we've always tried to help in a way, and I believe in karma. Okay, I'm a big believer in karma, and I think you've helped and reached out to so many people that sometimes, like, they don't even remember we exist, but we're like, hey, like, let me know, Because when you have it good, that's you. You know, you make sure your people, your friends are taken care of. And sometimes we help the wrong people, right? But there's someone up there that's looking at it. And this, like right now, you know, like that help that you got, it was from someone you didn't expect it. And that's why I'm saying, like, God's looking, and as well as karma, you know, and it comes back, good or bad, it comes back.
Yeah, true. And it's just it's a time that you're blessed. It's a time to reflect, and it's a time to be appreciative of everything that you have currently. Hold to it.
Definitely.
And it's not about toys, because if we want to talk about toys, there's a lot of stories. You know, like I remember the Boys and Girls Club, you know, there was a point where my mom, I remember, got help from them, you know.
For December, I remember that.
Yeah, and we literally got toys from them. I remember that.
I remember we went. We had to go because we're nosy like that, and she had to take us. And we literally would walk around and get the bag of toys, and then we went home. I remember we went home, and the 3 of us, the 4 of us, picked the toys that we liked from that bag, and we wrapped them. We wrapped them ourselves to give, like, we took it as, like, I didn't care, but for me, it was still Santa. I didn't care. I wrapped it, I saw it, but I was blessed to have that toy regardless. And so we wrapped our toys, and we put it under the tree. We put them under the tree.
Yep. And the next day, we would wake up, and we would be so surprised to know what we already had under that wrapping paper.
I think it was just the unwrapping. As a kid, unwrapping the paper.
The magic was there, you know. It was there, definitely. And I guess everyone struggles. You know, shit happens.
But, I mean, this year's tough. And if you are going through it, you know, reach out. We're trying to help as much as we can. You know, right now we're doing a podcast because we want to let people that we are going through it, and maybe we have an experience or something that you guys can connect to, and don't feel lonely. Reach out, tell us your story, you know, let's talk about it.
There's no shame to that, and it can be totally anonymous.
Yep, definitely. If you don't want your name mentioned, if you don't want to, maybe you want to call, or you want us all to do an interview together, like, come on, why not? Not even an interview, let's chat, talk.
Yes. And you know what, sister? I was thinking that this episode is the last episode of the year.
It's our second episode, but it's the last episode of the year.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant.
It is, though. That's crazy because the year is over, and I feel like it just started. Like,
right?
But at the same time, like, it's been a long year. It's been a tough year.
Hello, tough year. You know, like, that was our breaking point. Like, you know, like, our family, as bonded as we are, like, we struggled.
We did. Not just, like, economically, but mentally, emotionally. Like, it got to a point where, I mean, she's my sister. I love her, but we have very different personalities. And, you know, I still consider myself, once again, I am childish. And I love doing little kid stuff. Like, I'd rather be with the kids than the adults, because adults have a grown-up talks, and I'm not about that life. I like enjoying life.
It was great childhood memories that we've been reminiscing right now, and it's definitely helped my dad a lot. Like, you know, I think that after talking last time and reminiscing, like, what's my dad going through, he's hurting, we're actually, like, this podcast has actually helped our family internally, because we're sitting down and we're talking to him. He's talking about a lot of stories.
Like, there's things, like, the other day we were talking about us as kids and how we met each other. And honestly, I felt like we had just met each other when she was probably, like, 8 and I was, like, 7 or 6. And my dad's like, you guys were, like, 1 year apart, and you guys act like you guys, you know, grew up apart. But it was, like, you know, we're just bringing back good bad, sad, memories sometimes that we get mad, but we swore we were not gonna get upset with each other because now we're trying to be as real as we can with each other as well as you guys. So we swore that we were just not gonna get mad and we were gonna hash it out.
I know,
and it was tough.
It's been getting heated, guys. Like everyone gets involved and is there like a judge, and we're like yelling left and right, and we're like, "You want to throw hands?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I straight up told her because we were just arguing like dumbasses at that point. My brother was getting upset, and then I was like, "Hey, sister," I was like, do you just want to throw hands? I'm like, just get this over with, And it's just topics that we've been talking about that we want to talk with you guys, but they're so controversial.
Yeah.
There is like her way of thinking and my way of thinking.
And we clash because
we do, because
we're grown adults with our own opinions, and she's not going to do what I say because I'm the older sister, and I'm not going to follow her because that's not my way of being. Mm-hmm. I have different mentality.
Different traditions, yeah, definitely.
We want to do the best for our kids.
Yeah, just like that's been December for us, you guys. Honestly,
traditions.
Just traditions in the craziest ways. That like I remember, like mañanitas, posadas. I would sing behind a door in December. Okay, I would be.
Give me food.
Yeah.
Food. It's all about eating too. I remember grubbing. Cuando la familia se juntaba and
my god, remember when everybody would make their own plate? And now we have to decide for one because we don't eat that much. But before, it was tamales, it was pozole, it was a carne asada going on in the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was like the best
games,
part.
Dude. Yes. Siempre habían juegos and we would do the whole bolos, trophies. You would get a reward. It was pretty good. It was.
Remember the dance?
It was the thing of the last event of the year, but it was like everyone would like, even mariachi llevaban conjunto. I remember with my uncle.
But let me tell you guys, okay? It started the 24th. It kept going the 25th at night. Go home, go shower, and you'd be back the 26th because it's my cousin's birthday.
Shout out.
I remember that. Shout out to the cousin. We'll hit you up. Thank you. It was like, and that family time was important to us. It was.
And I remember we would also say, like, gather around. And this tradition kind of has stayed, because we would be like, I guess end of the year, say what we were thankful for and what we're hoping for the next year. So we're trying to settle in. A resolution. I can't say that word.
It's okay. Yeah, and it was nice. Yeah. And just now, like, now that we grew up, I think that the way my mom and my uncles, my dad and his brothers and sisters from that side, they had that tradition. But now, like, as, like, us as grown-ups, my cousins, like, they've grown, we just didn't carry that.
And it would be nice for our kids. I think it would be nice.
Let's get together, cousins.
After COVID, all that, I think we should gather at some point so our kids could meet and play. That'd be nice. Oh, my God.
Yeah, but it's crazy. And we were also talking about how, remember when you were pregnant, who were you pregnant with?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn.
So that year, it really hit me hard because, like, it was a very emotional year. I was pregnant. My dad was in the hospital.
Had just lost his foot. Mm-hmm.
It was that year. And then it came Christmas and he was barely discharged. And, like, I wasn't working. You weren't working. My brother was young. And it was really hard for me because I was very hormonal and upset because of the pregnancy. And I remember getting gifts for everyone. And that year I didn't get anything in return. So, like sitting there watching everyone open their gifts and sitting there and at the end, like,
just a big smile. No, I remember you went to your room and cried and we did not understand why, but like I think it's like for me, I was not working. Okay, I couldn't get that gift. I wasn't working, but at the same time, just nobody expected to do anything because of that year.
Yeah, it was
Honestly,
hard.
we did not expect anything from nobody. We didn't even want to put our tree up, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And me and you were like, nah, we're going to put our Christmas tree up. Why not?
Yeah, we needed to hype the mood because life goes on.
Yeah.
You know?
And it keeps going, you guys. It doesn't stop, you know? Like, with everything, it doesn't give you a break. No. And I think hearing each other out and talking about it helps. It honestly has helped. It has helped us, and I think it can help you guys as well. You know, and just hearing us out, maybe, you know,
that de-stresses you. Cry, you laugh, you.
At least that's what we try, to let our emotions out, and we want you guys to feel it with us too.
Yeah, because it's a roller coaster. You know, it comes up and it goes down, and that's how life is. It's a juggle.
I know, and I know it's been hitting you a lot.
I know. I don't know why.
I think just this year, from so much loss, from so much like negative things going on around us, it's been tough. And I think now that it's ending, it's all clashing down. It's coming down, and it's coming down hard on all of us. But
I think it's because I actually have time to sit down and
you think so? Like, you got time to reminisce of everything that's going on. But you know what? It gets to me that seeing you sad, and I hate seeing you cry, but I'm happy. I'm happy because you didn't get to mourn anything that's been going on. I think that, you know, you're letting it go now, you know? And at the same time, you had enough time to think, you know, and just
accept, you know?
Yes. That's what I would say. Yes.
Yep. I think that's the word, accept. Everything that's has happened, accepting what's happened, and learning to move on, because that's what my year has been. I decided to go on this weight loss journey.
Yeah.
Accepting to let go of my past, of feeling down, loving myself again.
Yeah.
You know, and learning to move on. And it's hard to think back at those memories and be like, I'm going to let you go because I have to move forward.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're doing it. I think you hung on enough, and I love where this is going, you know, and you can see it in your eyes now because you're happy and you're working on your body. We're like, my family would be like, Brenda's not like this, like, what's happening? But yet again, you're a woman that built up her walls. Even me as a sister, you know, sometimes I can't get through that wall, and I'm just like, well, what's going on? But I don't ask because I know your personality, and you're not the one to show. Yeah. So now that we're singing, I'm glad I'm singing. I'm just like, no te estás ahogando en un vaso de agua, you know?
I know, but siento that I'm bending in sort of a way.
I think everybody needs that, you know? You need to let go at some point, because it's like you're building a wall, but you're building it slanted, and it's gonna tumble.
Yeah.
So you gotta let it go, straighten it back up.
Yeah. I want that because my only motivation are my kids, and I want them to have a happy mom. You know, I don't want them to have this angry mom all the time.
Yeah.
Or strict mom, because that's what I am. I'm super strict sometimes, not all the time. But yeah, that's my end of the year resolution, I guess. That's what I've been going through. It's been hard. It's been hitting me super hard, and learning that I still have to keep tough, because not everyone is going through a happy moment right now. Everyone somehow is going through it.
Yeah. Honestly, you know. But
how's your end of the year resolution?
Mine. Wow. Well, it's been tough too. It's been crazy. It's been a really big roller coaster. This year just tumbled me down. And like I went through it, and I think I kind of brought everybody along with me at a point. And then I said, I don't want to do this no more, and separated myself completely. But I'm getting the help I need.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it because, once again, like, I've been dealing with depression for the longest time ever. And I got to a point where I'm just like, medication after medication, counselors, psychiatry, and I'm just like, I didn't want to deal with it. Like, this year just has been one of the worst years I've ever seen in my life, death after death. And it got to me, the thought of, like, the one thing the doctor said, remember, I know you remember that. He's all like, if your dad gets this virus, he just won't make it. The thought of that. And I'm just like, you're telling me this might be my last year because my dad gets sick of and if you got a cold, my dad's gonna get it, know? So it's like, you're what are you doing to me,
Yeah, he's so
I
weak.
think that's why I couldn't cope, because I was like, seeing just my aunts die out of something similar that my dad had, like they both had clogged arteries, they both had heart attack, thrombosis, and seeing my dad going through the same thing at the same time, I think that's kind of really where I popped out. I popped, and I couldn't take it. Like, mentally I was drained, and it was draining, the thought of losing our pilot, bro. Like, our man, that's like,
I remember, I just can't make a decision without him, like, that's how we see him, he's our go-to person for a consejo. He's always there.
Exactly. And I was just like, this year I was just really, and I just couldn't cope with that. And I did have a breaking point, and I'm barely, honestly, I'm barely taking care of that. I'm barely honestly looking for help, because I'm just like, I'm suicidal. I was like, it's in my mind now, and I didn't want to deal with it, and I'm just like, I need help. So that's my resolution. I need to fix myself. And this is helping me in a way, because this is stuff that I really didn't tell nobody that I've been going through. And I just keep quiet, like, I just deal with this usually myself, in a way. Even though I can show it from the outside, but I'm not the one to usually talk.
No, you're always the go-to person. Everyone goes to you because you're the person that can hear someone out, and it's hard on you because you don't want to show your side of the story because you're going through it, or you want to be that friend that's there too. That's the CC's way.
I know. I'm a bubbly person. Every time, like, if someone talks about me, I'm just like, that's the first thing I tell. Like, that's the first thing I told my doctor. I was like, this isn't Cece. I was like, Cece's a very bubbly person. And then he's like, what? And I was like, Cece's a very bubbly person. I was like, I'm happy. I'm jumpy. I'm that girl that I think I get annoying sometimes, because even though it sucks, I'm going to make the best of it. I don't care. Your boyfriend dumped you. I don't care. Like, I'm going to make the best out of that situation, because I want you to be okay. I want you to feel good, and I want you to be happy. Right. And that's Cece.
Cece always is bringing you up somehow.
I try, because I've been there, and I felt it, and you're not alone. And sometimes I wish I had a Cece next to me.
Yeah. And not wanting help is really hard. It's also very hard. So
I wanted to fix myself. But once again, that's my resolution.
How is your rapping going? Because we have a shitload of files.
No, we left everything for last minute, you guys. We left everything for last minute. So literally, we just finished today shopping. And we said, Okay.
We'll take everyone's toys.
I was like, Liz, we're gonna take all the toys at they're at my apartment because we could not leave them at my sister's house because of the kids. So now I'm just sitting here with like all of these toys, and we're like, we'll wrap eventually. So we were here talking about how we were gonna start our intro, you guys, because we get nervous to start talking. And this girl, 20 minutes, has wrapped one gift and put a bow on it.
But we were talking about our intro. But guys, they're not all my kids' toys, okay? They're different kids' toys too, yes, because we have kids around us.
Yes. So. I know, and we're like, no, we gotta get this stuff done today. But how did you guys do it? Did you guys, I heard a lot of people actually pre-shop? Like, they start shopping, like, around November. No, there's some people...
They're smart.
There's some people that they're, like... I was reading from this group in Facebook that the girl's like, oh, yeah. She's like, well, I start, like, from the beginning of the year. She's all like, because I want to make sure everybody has their gift. And throughout the year, she's buying her gift. And I was like, you go, girl. I can't do that because I can't. I will let them know what I already bought them. Like, I'm glad I did this last minute. Or else I would have showed them what was coming.
Yeah.
Like, I'm that person that I buy a gift and I was like, let me tell you. Like, do you want to know?
But the thing that I've been liking the most is how people in our area are coming out with their small businesses. Like, you know how many custom things from different people I've gotten? It's, like, crazy. But it's really cute and nice how crafty they are. It's the thing right now.
Yep.
Custom stuff.
Yeah, and I think it's good, you know, at least everyone's trying, you know, they're trying to come up, but it's good because they're finding their inner passion, because you wouldn't have done this because we would be at work.
Yes.
We would be working, we would be busy, and then sometimes we don't have time for our friends, and now it's like, we got time, and people are finding what they really love.
Their hobbies.
Their hobbies. There you go. You know, their little side hustle. And it's great. It's amazing. There's a lot of new things coming out, and I'm just like, ooh.
I want that, but
I don't have to hit up Amazon, you know. Just be like, girl, I was like, I got a friend. You need this. I'm like, let me know, you know.
We got the connections.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's networking, you know? We are all here to support one of another.
Yeah, so let us know, you guys. Also, send us an email, you know, if you want to shout out to your business, you know. Send us an email and something we can keep posting on our redes sociales.
Which we have to keep up.
We are trying, you guys, but, like, we're starting. We don't know what to post. And we're starting, but...
we want to know what you guys want to know too. We have a lot of stuff to talk about still, but we just don't. We want to take it 1 week at a time, not throw everything out. It's a lot to talk about that we just don't want to rush it.
I know, and then we were telling my mom that we want it to be detailed. You know, we don't want to miss our stories. And honestly, why we're doing this is because Alzheimer's exists in our household, you know, in our family.
Yep. And
we've been seeing and we've been noticing, and hey, maybe we won't get a lot of views or a lot of, you know, it won't really go out there, but we can go back. Our kids are gonna go back.
Yep.
And they're gonna hear this, and
crazy
maybe
mom.
They're gonna know our crazy stories, because usually we, you know, like, I don't know all my parents' crazy stories. I was learning new stuff.
Now that I'm thinking, like, we actually went back to the table to talk about that, you know, like
our table talk.
Our table talk, because we were talking about how when our kids are younger, what they're gonna go through as teens. That was a very hot topic.
That was a heated topic, okay?
We might need a judge.
I can tell you that, we need a judge, because this girl has different ways and I have different ways, and maybe we are wrong. And I mean,
we want to know your point of view.
We do. We want your tip, you know.
But
you
then,
guys,
I don't know. It's very controversial.
It's very controversial. Well, at least at that table it was. That's when my brother's like, stop, you guys. And I was like, throw hands with me. I was literally mad.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but It was great. We let it out.
Yeah, we did.
I let it out. I mean,
I'm
I came
still
back.
letting it out.
I came back and I was like, oh man, I shouldn't have said that to her. But I was like, nah, I wanted to say that to her, so I said it.
You played scenarios.
Oh yes.
Yes. Like me too. Like, oh man, I said this way. What about if she thought about it this way?
Oh, it's crazy, but
it happens. It happens, and that's what siblings do, and that's what makes our bond so strong, and that's why we are entre hermanas, because even though we fight, we make up at the end of the night.
We do not go that long without talking to each other or anything like that. We never let a fight like that get in between us, because I think I don't know, actually. Why are we so damn close?
I know, this is why we're trying to do more episodes, because we're hashing it out. Like, why our bond is so deep like that. But I think I know why, which we talked about a lot, but it's something that we haven't hashed it out on the table yet.
I think so.
Yeah, I think our childhood trauma might be the one that really united us in a way, or maybe going to school together. I don't know.
But there's a lot to talk about, you guys, and we are learning about each other and learning from ourselves while we're doing this podcast, because there's a lot of things that we would not talk about because it was just a topic you don't touch. But now I'm just like, sister, I think there's more people out there, and maybe they have a say as well, and that would be nice.
Bringing awareness, that is the most, because it happened to us. It can happen to you. It can happen to your kids. You don't know. Let's just bring awareness. Make sure that you're keeping your eyes open, and
Yeah, and reach out. Not just to us, but like reach out to your friend. You don't know what she's going through or what he's going through. Hit up your cousin that you don't talk to, because this year itself has been a beach.
It brought everything out.
It took people, it brought people, and it's crazy. And reach out. I'm not saying just to us, but
to the main ones, to the ones that you know that you gotta clear the air. Start the year with fresh, clean air.
Acuérdate, if you're hurting, they might be hurting too. And I think that's what we want to get to this.
And if you're that person that is sitting there like, nah, bitch, they did me wrong, or I'm not going to go forgive them or say sorry or whatever, like, if you know you fucked up, accept it. Own up to it. Like, there are people like that. And with yourself, and know, like, I fucked up. I'm going to move forward trying to do this good in me. Or, I don't know, clean your conscience. That's all I guess I'm trying to say. Because we've been talking about that a lot, like, it's tough to say, but with my kid's dad, it's something that we've been talking about a lot. Karma, it happens.
Yeah.
So it's another topic that we have to talk about in the future.
Yeah, so
this is all we have time for. Our time is up, I guess.
And happy holidays.
Yes.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, diría mi bebé.
Yes, because we will be starting a new year.
Oh my God, yes. Next episode comes out on the 1st of January, you guys.
Wow.
That's going to be... And you know what? I was like, maybe we can throw in a little clip of our fight, because that's a topic I want to talk about.
Oh, you guys. No.
I think my mom said, nah, I'm recording
We're going to put up a poll, and we want to know what you guys think. Should we put up a clip or not to see what your taste is? If it's juicy enough to even go back to that topic and get a referee. No referee, throw hands.
I think we need someone, though. Someone needs to be in here with us, because I swear,
I don't know, because...
No, just kidding. No, but...
We'll see.
Yeah.
So, guys, thanks for tuning in, and this is Entre Hermanas time.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
La 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 la.